this game by going to game three. I'm joined by Draskell. Draskell, we're here. We're game three. Is Mineski feeling bad? Is EHOME feeling good? What are the thoughts?
I mean, I think that Mineski are probably not feeling great, but at the same time, they were in control a majority of that game. Like there was maybe only 1 or 2 points where I felt like EHOME were really taking it to them in any sense, really. And then there was a couple of not hitting your button moments, and then the game just ended. And that's what happens when the game goes 40 plus minutes. You know,
Yeah.
you do some bad fights, and the game just freaking ends. So I think coming into the third game, Mineski are going to be feeling pretty comfortable with their drafts. I don't think they've lost the draft yet. At the very least, the second game was close-ish.
Yeah.
First game, they insanely outdrafted eHome. So we'll see what happens. You know, it's game three, new fresh look. See what they're bringing.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see an undying ban from Mineski. So even though we made fun of it a bit, I mean that's just undying, right? You call it the 8 minute hero. He does his job, and even though he doesn't look flashy at the end, he's just annoying, man. No one wants to play against an undying, right?
Yeah, he actually had a couple of key plays in the last game. Innocence put the tombstone on the high ground for the Roche pit that we talked about. That canceled KP's blink, so he wasn't able to get into the Roche pit to stop the Roche attempt coming in
Yeah.
from the rest of his team. But yeah, it was good. Like I think that the Undying accomplished what it set out to. Sure, you're going to see him feed a lot, but that's just Undying. You know, he's just gonna randomly feed, and there's not much you can do about it. You're going to be low level unless you're like really crushing, in which case you probably already won the game.
Yep, and look at this. Magnus first pick, and it's our first of this guy today. We got some Slaughter, and we got some Leshrig, and we got a lot of stuns coming out from Mineski early.
Yeah, I'm surprised why it was like an instant Slardar. I mean, he is an anti carry, and you're expecting either like a PA, a
Yeah.
Jug, a Troll Warlord, perhaps. Um, there's probably more that I'm not thinking of, but those are like the primary three
Yeah.
that you would normally pair with the Mag. But this is a Leshrac is a hero we don't see much outside of the NA teams, as far as I can remember. But maybe they're starting to catch on a bit how strong this hero actually is. Actually, I think they play it more mid, right?
Yeah, I
For like
believe
the
so.
C and the Chinese teams, they prefer it mid than like the three or fours that we see.
Yeah, we didn't see. Yeah, they prefer it mid or three. We never see it support for them, but definitely a lot more. We've seen Ori play it middle and a Witch Doctor. All right, so you got a Magnus, you got a Witch Doctor. You got your support duo here. Meanwhile, on the other side, I don't know though. You're opening a Slardar, right? That's pretty much gonna be guaranteed your off lane. So it'd be weird to open like a Slardar Leshrac double core, right?
Yeah, I mean it depends. Lesh is a flex pick to me, so there's always the opportunity to change it up if you feel like it's going to benefit you in any way. But yeah, I guess I'm leaning more towards the three, or sorry, the four than anything else. But the starter opening just it makes me kind of wonder because obviously Slardar has his benefits. He's a very mobile hero. He's got a really useful bash in lane. He enables you to do Roshan. It's hard to itemize against him. Like you want to build mantas and lotuses and stuff, and BKBs are pretty bad against Slardar in general because once you pop it, you just get re-corrosived and you still just die.
Yeah.
So I kind of get the value of the hero, but he's just not something we see teams open with.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while. And that hero, in have you laned versus it? It's pretty annoying to lane versus now,
Oh,
right?
he's
With the
really good in the
guaranteed
lane.
bash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very good in lane. He has good base stats. Again, we talked about the mobility factor, the rework of the bash, being able to get to every fourth hit, just dealing a huge chunk of damage.
Yeah. Well, on the other side, so Mag, I mean, still a very sought after hero, right? Can make any good hero better, and then you follow that up with a Witch Doctor. And honestly, I just haven't been seeing much Witch Doctor. I think FNG played it at the minor quite a bit, but he's about the only guy I've seen playing it. I don't know if, like, you've seen much Witch Doctor.
Not too much, but I think it's nice with Mag because you say you RP two heroes
Yeah.
and the Witch Doctor is like nearby. Like the Maledict plus RP plus Cask, even if it's three or four heroes, you're gonna Maledict all of them,
Yeah.
right? And you're gonna get the Cask bouncing. If it's two heroes, they're perma-stunned. Like they just don't get to play the game.
Yeah.
If it's three, you're still feeling pretty good about it. If it's four, then your Maledict is just that much more useful. So you can see the synergy. Like it's definitely a hero that we don't see a ton, but he's got good lane sustain, good base damage, pretty good attack range. Like his lane presence is there. It's not like a Rubik support where you look at it and you go, well, if this isn't one of like 5 players, I just don't want it in my game. Like,
Yeah.
just get it out of here. So I don't mind the Witch Doctor.
Well, we're going to see the bands getting finished up here, and it was a Jug band from Mineski, obviously Mag Jug, pretty damn good, and Ember Spirit band out from EHOME. Pretty open on both drafts still, besides the fact EHOME's probably going to pick a melee carry. And there's going to be Rasta. All right, so we've seen a few drafts like this today. It's just a lot of disable. Like, you just look at their lineup and you're like, damn, that's a lot of disable.
Yeah, many stuns. Many stuns. Every single hero in this game has stuns. All of them.
That is.
So they're leaving PA intentionally in the pool here. Probably just like a go ahead, pick it. It's fine. We're more than willing to deal with this. You look at things like OD is a really nice answer to PA because you have the worst ink gain in the game, actually tied for worst, I think, with Troll.
Yeah.
And you can just kill her with an ulti. It's a very
easy.
very comfortable matchup.
So, if not PA, what else do you want to see from EHOME? You see 3 heroes, right? Like, you see a decent amount. Is there anything else paired with this mag that, like, really screams at you? Not really?
I mean, I think Jug would have been ideal, but obviously Mineski banned it. I go back to think of things like Spectre too, because we've been seeing a bit more of that here recently. But then I look and I see like a Lesh and a Shadow Shaman, and I just go, your tower's just gonna die. Like your tower's just dead. So it's tricky because you know that they left the PA in because they're not scared of it.
So you want to pick because it's probably the best hero, but you're like, nah, they probably got something for it. It's drafting.
I'm
drafting
probably missing something here. What am I missing?
What about is a hero like TB too bad versus all this magic damage and lockdown already, or?
It feels quite hard to play TB this game, and it doesn't really synergize with the Magnus that much. I mean, even Lifestealer doesn't feel that great because it's a Slardar, right? And then you just get amped through it, so it's a hard one.
Wow, and they go the opposite way. They ain't picking that core yet. They're gonna take a Pugna here.
Yeah, I like the choice of just not picking the core now, because you want as much information as possible if you're gonna set up your safe lane, and that's kind of what you want to do. So maybe they're gonna lean more towards just securing the lanes and not worry so much about the Slardar and the impact on the hero that it's going to have, but more of just, if we win our lanes, it's fine because we're going to have that Empower accelerant and we'll get our item progression just that much faster. Like we talked about last game, item progression can trump lineups. That's how it works. It's like a rock, paper, scissors, but in another way. So the reason why they win the last game with the Luna, even though she was pretty much equal terms on farm, is because 1 or 2 bad fights happened and she got a full butterfly. And then the PA didn't have time to get her catch-up item, which would have been MKB, and the game just went to shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. So, if you can get a good early game, sometimes the matchup doesn't matter as much as just your laning in general.
Makes sense. Now, Mineski, you see this Pugna Magnus Witch Doctor. That kind of denies the OD pick now, right? Do you think is that why EHOME possibly did that?
It could have been a deterrent, yeah. If they were ultimately setting up to go back for the PA, then Pugna would have made a lot of sense, just for that reason.
No.
And plus, there's Shadow Shaman and Alesh. These heroes are going to get owned by Ward. It's just going to happen. Shadow Shaman drops wards. He takes like, at level, 18? He takes like almost 900 damage before magic reduction.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Morphling comes out. We see our first true core, and it's a pretty potent one. We've seen a little bit of this watery man, and the hero can farm, show up to fights, do a lot of different things. Not too bad versus Pugna as well. You get your own ward. You can kill his ward off quickly if you want.
Yeah, Mineski's lanes are really good too.
So what do you got to take as EHOME now? Because you don't want to just get run over in lanes at all. And they've got a fair bit of disable over you now.
God, this is a hard pick, honestly, for EHOME. You might have to abandon the Empower strat and just pick a hero that can actually lane. I mean, you have like Monkey, who's like probably one of the better laners that you have left that can still benefit from Empower. Okay, they are going to go TB. Okay.
So they're looking to do a kind of what they did last game, right? With the Luna, go ahead, go do your thing. Magnus will give you Empower, but we're just going to roam around as us 4 and hope you carry, or?
I mean, they can definitely pressure, which is like the Pugna can hit towers. Witch Doctor is a pretty good lane support. I wouldn't I actually put it past Mineski to run a tri lane this game though, because again, it's pretty much the solution that they had in the previous game. We saw them tri lane the mag when Febby was playing it, but they just kept the dual lane static, right? They left Ajit bottom to kind of defend for himself, and then because you never want to bring the mag to a tri lane, and if you can force the team with a mag to tri lane, it's usually a good thing.
Now, each team needs another hero. Anything like just crazy standing out to you on either team?
Anything that Mineski can group around, I think is going to be good. So anything that buys team fight items, anything like a DK, for example, if they're going to pick the mid, just a hero that's going to walk up the towers and hit him, BKB buyer. I guess you have another way that you can go if you want to pick something that buys those items. Like Pango's in the pool, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't even mind Pango for Mineski. He's very chaotic hero. He can walk to the mid lane. There's nothing in this game that really owns him, and he also buys Greaves. And I think you kind of want that if you're Mineski because you don't have that item yet, and you can actually you can use it to walk mid, and even if it's Pugna mid, it's whatever. Like you don't really care about that matchup too much.
No. So what you thinking like a Pango? What about Tide Hunter? Is a possibility of that or?
Yeah, Tide's not bad. They could put the morph mid and just do Tide.
Yeah.
And then they'd have a safe lane. They'd have a safe lane Slardar, but I mean Tide does own Magnus and Terrorblade really freaking hard.
They're gonna ban out the Puck, the Moon Puck, a classic. Just you don't want to forget about that hero. And they're gonna go right into their pick. They're taking the Shadow Fiend. So you asked, and it looks like they will play. We've seen a lot of these last pick Shadow Fiends, but now you got a full counter pick here. Does anything truly counter that Shadow Fiend middle? That's the thing, right? Like he's always gonna get his farm in the jungle.
Well, there are heroes that kind of dumpster him, but most of them are heroes that kind of suck against Pugna. So like Lina's one of the heroes that you would say, okay, this hero dumpster Shadow Fiend. But you don't really want to play it in the Pugna because Ward is annoying. I still like Pango for Mineski. But we'll see. I mean there's choices.
Yeah, there is. They only have 29 seconds left though, and this is a big one. You don't want to go this is day one, right? You don't want to go down. It's game 3. You don't want to lose this last game. And they do take Pango. Nice call. So that does mean it's going to be a pretty good lane for the Shadow Fiend, though, right? Should farm even more than normal, or no? Can Pangolier disrupt that?
Pango actually has reasonable base damage. He got 4 base damage in one of the recent patches. Yeah. So he still has a lead. But yeah, Shadow Fiend's not going to feel threatened. He's going to go for the CS. They're going to manipulate the aggro. They're going to play the normal mid lane. And ASD might have a fraction more farm than normal on a Shadow Fiend. But I think it's more about what the Pango offers to the team. Yeah. Like the Pango buys the Greaves, he buys the pipe. Those are items that you want to end the game with. He also can buy Crimson and stuff like that too. It just fits what they wanted, which is that centerpiece to be like, okay, we're grouping, we got our team fight buttons, let's go.
And comparing TB to the other carries, you still don't like the Slardar minus armor, but you don't feel as bad about it, right, with how high your base armor is, or is it still like a pretty big problem?
I mean, it can be a problem if you're just sitting there getting hit.
Yeah.
But if you have your Manta already and you have Sunder up, you're not really that scared of Slardar.
Gotcha. So, well, which draft? You're going to game 3. You want to play one of these. Which one are you playing?
I'm sticking with Mineski. I like their lineup. I think they have such good push potential. They have a lot of lockdown. Their team fight's pretty good. And I think that their late game is actually quite hard to deal with because the way that TB wants to play, he wants to just be a turret, right? He wants to hit meta, and he wants to just punch stuff. But it's going to be really hard to do that. KP's fast, Moon's on a fast hero, Ajit's going to have waveform. The only heroes you can really do that to are like the Lesh and the Shadow Shaman. So I think that what they wanted was a hero that wasn't going to get completely dumpstered by Slardar. So that, in that sense, TB kind of fits the bill. But at the same time, I feel like the later the game goes, the easier it gets for Mineski. I feel very similarly to how I did in game 2, where I think the drafts are pretty close, but if I had to pick, I would pick Mineski.
All right. And it does feel like EHOME also has some of that, like, if they just dominate the laning phase, right, you just go uphill, 15 minutes, you got a Pugna, you got a TB sieging, you come out of that laning phase, so you're pretty scared.
Yeah. So I like this smoke from EHOME. This is nice.
Why do you like it, though? Just scouting the lanes,
Because
or what does it do?
it's because it's so common nowadays that you see people come and you drop the ward or whatever,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't smoke and you'll just see them, right? And the ward just dies. Or you just assume that they warded and you drop the sentry anyway. But what the smoke does is it allows you to get the ward down way before anyone could possibly be there, because you're smoking and you're running out of base, so you get the movement speed buff. So then it's just a pure guess, and a lot of teams aren't going to want to like waste a sentry on just a maybe. So that ward, I think, is probably just going to stay alive.
Yeah. And then the opposite side, you see Moon. He was on the other side, and you actually saw Dire was pinging it out though. So we'll see if there's some shenanigans middle with some sentries. But
Well, Febby has a sentry on him, so if someone on the team says, "Hey, maybe they just warded this," and it depends on how the mid lane plays out too. Sometimes you just know he has a ward by like how he manipulates the creeps or whatever, and then it'll probably just die. But for now, they're gonna have the vision advantage there.
and look at this. For now, it looks like EHOME's actually starting off with a Magnus tri-lane. On the other side, Pilot Eye and KP both running down here. And we saw this work out for EHOME last time. You have the tri-lane, you just get Neverend a ton of farm. Your supports struggle, but Neverend has a pretty good time, and seems to be what's going to happen again here. Ooh, KP. Can't really die here, but needs to be careful. Will take a lot of damage. Stun goes out. They actually will die here. Possibly maybe 3 more meta hits, but... And definitely doesn't want to miss the CS and dive under the towers. So they'll just pump out some and begin the farm and controlling the lane. Dude, what does KP do down here? Will he ever be able to do anything, even when meta's down?
Well, the mag is leaving.
Yeah.
When meta's down, he'll be able to contest the wave for sure.
Okay.
Without a doubt, because it's level 1 Maledict on the Witch Doctor, so he'll take some damage here and there, but he'll probably get to use a courier a lot. It's going to be like him and the mid player that are predominantly taking it, so he'll get some regen ferried. And then it's a 2v1 in the top lane, so Ajit's going to be having a good time.
Yeah.
So he's not too torn up about this.
Him has the Morphling. 4 denies, 2 last hits already. Doing some good job getting at level 2. Middle, as we know, it's Pangolier versus SF. 7-4 versus 6-3. Both of them doing a decent job farming up. And then bottom, KP
that was the
Pilot Eye. Yeah.
SF is 2-2.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. They look kind of similar on the thing, right?
I'm just crazy. Yeah. I'm actually just crazy. I knew that. Ooh, top lane, Jin Q actually in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like Febby already used stun. Wait, he finds him again. He has another stun up. Level 1 Leshrac stun, though. That thing's hard to hit, especially by itself.
Yeah, it's a really small radius. Only 150. One of the smaller stuns. I mean, as long as the Morph is up here, hitting creeps, life is alright for Mineski.
Yeah. They just need to make sure Pilot Eye and KP... I mean, you're not going to get much. You just got to play safe and hope for the best. Is he going to be okay? He's blasting. He does put himself in the decrep, but he's just going to get right-click down, isn't he? Sure is. Febby and Ajit.
Dude, that was a sick stun from Febby.
I
don't know if he caught it, but like he was looping around the secret shop or whatever. He just threw a blinder. He just nailed him right in the face.
And we just talked about level 1 stuns hard to hit. Febby may have messed up that skewer into the fountain earlier, but it's a good stun here. Now KP farming. The pull from Dire does get the big camp. And now, nothing crazy. So what is this Pugna? It's going to be tough for him now, right? The lane's way out of his favor. You just get stunned again. You're getting right-clicked all the way down, right?
Yeah. This is a lane where he's going to have to, like... He can push out aggressively with the Nether Blast and then try to pull some creep system stuff, do some shenanigans, get some EXP. He's essentially the off laner.
Yeah. Well, bottom lane still KP playing safe. They're not dying. Obviously, it is a Terrorblade tri-lane and a Magnus, so even though there's 3 heroes here, not the heaviest kill potential from Dire. And there's going to be Jin Q dying again, and I just missed it again. Febby just runs him down.
Yeah, 2 points in the Edict. He was very far away from his tower. That's kind of why I suggested the pulling. Because if you're on your tower, Febby can't walk at you like that. And if he does, there's a good chance like the Witch Doctor can DP or something and can get a turn. But because of the way that that played out, he's too far away and he just dies.
Now Pango. Sitting middle lane. What do we got now? It is 16-3 versus 18-8. So ASD on this Shadow Fiend, one of his heroes, is done to go. Bottom lane, they're thinking about it, but second meta pop looks like just to farm up decently. I mean, how do you feel this tri-lane's going? It feels like the TB's just farming. Is that the only thing you need out of this lane?
I mean, I guess that's pretty much all heal we're gonna get because they have a mag.
Yeah.
We talked about how difficult it is to make this hero really functional in a tri-lane setting, but this is about the best you're gonna get. Like you're getting farm for the core that you want farm on, and sure, KP is getting EXP and Pilot Eye is getting EXP, but you can't have everything. That's why Dota is so complicated because you're sacrificing something.
Man, this mag, oh man, just getting blasted down from Pilot Eye. Runs out of mana though. Top Jin-Q, look at, he is so scared now. Dude, the Leshrek's a higher level than him. That is a feels bad when you're, I mean, as you said though, it's solo and he's gonna go bottom.
Yeah, they might lane swap now. It would make the most sense.
I mean, that's pretty scary too though, right? If KP just hits up the shrine in 5 minutes, even just a Slarna running at you as this Pugna, you probably feel pretty frail this game.
Wait, he just walked right past the bounty runes. Xingqiu's maybe a little bit out of sorts here. He's gonna let Pilot Die get them both.
Oh man, even if Pi dies here, he's already done his job. He is happy and he is gonna die. Will he make it to the Ancients possibly? He's gonna try lightning something. Wait, what the hell? Didn't even wake him maybe because he was deep crapped in now. Yeah, they will bring him down, but I'm sure Pilot Eye, his team's happy with him. Got both bounties.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
And man,
they realize like we need to give Xingqiu a little bit of a game.
Yeah.
So he's gonna transition into like sitting bottom here with the TB, and still gonna be getting farm, but at least they're not gonna have to worry about the Pugna just randomly dying.
Yeah. This is odd though, right? Your two cores just sitting bottom together,
It's
not even pushing
not
the tower.
ideal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. It's definitely not ideal. But sometimes you don't have a lot of options,
And we've seen this actually. Is Mineski just a really good early game team? They have always had the lead, right? Like over 1,000, 2,000 gold, like every time by the 5 to 6 minute mark. I don't know if that's like their draft or if it's just them.
I mean, we'll get to see more of their games, so over time we'll be able to tell. Like they obviously favor lanes because they pick good laning heroes.
Yeah. Man, Blast continuing to go, but top lane, Edict plus a full agility morph. This tower is just dying so damn quick.
He's even going Midas. That's a 6-minute Midas on Ajit. I think it's the secret shop or side shop.
Are you a fan of it? I know it's early, but it is on morph. It's kind of strange, right?
It's a little bit weird, but honestly, I'm never gonna trash talk a 6-minute Midas. Like, it's one of those items where if you can get it that early, there's very few circumstances where it's really gonna punish you.
Yeah. Well, Febby still chilling up here. Is there any? Are we just gonna see the lane stay like this, or do you think Febby's gonna rotate out? Or it seems like Mineski's kind of just happy. Oh, they're gonna go in on the backside bottom. Jin-Q, he will get held in place, but Pilot Die, he is just getting destroyed. Moon comes down, he gets stunned up. They can't even find him yet. They're gonna get one stun. They need 2 more hits on this Witch Doctor. Nope, just one gets the kill. Now Moon, he's looking for this Pugna, but will make it out 1 for 1. And dude, I love watching Pilot Eye play. He actually he knew he was dying, right? A lot of these 5 supports do, but he literally just knew he was going in to die.
Yeah, no, it's good to have that hero on your team that understands. Again, it's about understanding your role. Like, sometimes it's better for you to die so that your core can do something useful.
Well, where's the TB? He's just been in the jungle right now, just farming up, and that's what you have to do, getting closer to level 6. And man,
this Morphling is just feeling real good about himself up here.
What are even? I'm looking at the net worth right now, and yeah, Morphling 1,000 gold above the TB. Obviously to be expected, but that is pretty damn high. Your TB obviously get a jungle well. You have Empower, right? So TB can farm the jungle even quicker. Uh-oh, Hex comes out again, and they're going to get a hold, and Witch Doctor, he's going to not even use the ulti. Uh-oh, Coconut will go. Whoa. Maybe it should have just thrown out the ult as Pango. Instead, you will die there.
Yeah, that was that's a level 9 Shadow Fiend and a level 6 Pango.
Yeah.
So this is
that's the one problem.
ASD is going to keep farming though, right? It's how the heroes play the game. Like, the Pango wants to go around and he wants to do stuff with his ult. But the Shadow Fiend is content to just farm. So when you go and you try to gank where the Shadow Fiend basically lives, and you feed him a kill, that's like the worst of both worlds.
Uh-oh, Febby. He's going to get skewered back. Look at this. ASD TPing there as well. This will be a kill. Who's going to get it? ASD will. Look at that. TB's there. Well, he's just farming. And I know it's a 1K lead for Mineski, but I'm sure the TB's happy. The SF seems pretty good, and both teams just farming right now. Bottom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Jin-Q. He's just going to give him the suck here. And Slardar does not feel as good as he once did playing against that TB.
Yeah, Pugner's actually a nice counter to Slardar, because pretty much everything that Slardar does is physical. Even his stun damage is physical. So if you're getting chased down, you get stunned, you get a nice little decrit from ZenQ, you're feeling a little bit safer at least. And it's not like, I suppose you could still get Shadow Shaman spells cast on you or like Lesh Stun or something, but it's a lot better than having a Slardar just sprinting at you full speed.
Can this Morphling going this Midas, right, has high net worth. Obviously the Midas not the biggest tell of net worth, but can he get to a point in this game where he's just farther ahead than the TB because of how quick he's farming? Bottom lane. Pilot Eye. Not die. Jin-Q, oh my god, the bash it. Has ulti, so they're scared to go on him. But look at that moon. Okay. One javelin, no boots. Guess what? It's all you need.
The sniper, he's gonna go for the other one too?
Ooh, and well, might go for this kill. We'll see if he wants to. Does he even have to use it? No. Dude, that was so many procs. Holy
He actually
smokes.
javelined him like 3 times, I think. That was insane.
Dude, all of a sudden, right, we were talking about this. Moon gets 2 kills, a bounty rune, and feels a little bit better now.
Yeah, but that's the Pango, right? Yeah. Like, sometimes you run around and you feed, and then sometimes you run around and you just kill a support in one swashbuckle. That's what that hero does.
It's true. So this TB, we bring it up. It just, both cores, or pardon me, Morph and TB are both just farming. Obviously, Morph with the Midas and a lane and a jungle to farm is going to farm quicker than this jungle TB, but when do you like come online as this Morphling when Zoroasta goes down bottom?
I'm kind of wondering what his item choice is going to be, because he went Midas, right? So, like, is he...
It's just weird already. Like, what do you go? Do you go Linken's? You go an Blade, Sanjin Yasha? I don't know if there's, like, one that stands out for you.
I've seen more E-Blade rushing than anything else.
Yeah.
And against a team like EHOME, it's actually pretty nice, because a lot of their heroes are pretty squish. But it just really depends on how greedy he wants to play it. Like, he's sitting on 2,800 gold, so he's thinking about it. He's thinking about the E-Blade. He's probably thinking about Linken's too.
We'll go down, and middle lane looks like there's a ping. There is going to be a smoke. It's going to be a Leshrac, a Pango, and a Shadow Shaman, and they're thinking about this tier 2 top. They have the Morphling up here as well, 3k gold. As you said, probably going to be the Blade if you're saving up that much. Haven't seen a Butterfly first in a while, so doubt that's coming in. Uh-oh. This Magnus won't get silenced up. He should be able to get a skewer, and he is going to go, but Moon will just hit him. Stun will go out, and that'll be an easy kill. Jit will take it. They just plant the snakes. This tier 2 is going to drop. Edict's still going as well. Finally wears off, but I don't think they're going to be able to pressure bottom tier 2 as quick as they're doing the top tier 2. And Jin-Q just too scared. Backs up.
Yeah, this tower is just full HP. I like the fact that he just dropped the wards there. A lot of the time you would ask the question, you know, why drop the wards when the tower's probably just going to die anyway. But it's more an issue of getting it done quickly so you can get back across the map. Because you know you're probably not going to be able to siege high ground at this stage. It's only 12 minutes in. You don't have the items required. It's better to just go in and get it done, you know, and then get out.
Yep. And that's what they did. Already start farming up the jungle everywhere. Moon trying to do, not the best jungler on Pango. Jit, he's just staying in that enemy jungle. 4 seconds on his Midas. Right, and he ended up buying something. What was it?
He bought bots. Okay. He bought bots. So, 12-minute bots Midas. It's, he's playing the long con. Like, this is an item combination that I actually feel, if you get it super early, is almost imbalanced. Because you get the double TP, and you have a Midas.
Yeah.
So you're basically everywhere you want to be, whenever you want to be. And I think that's pretty much what he's putting the value in right now. Just making sure that you're always going to be able to participate in the fights if you want to. And at the same time, you're also going to be farming like a madman. And it's reflected in the net worth. Like, he's pulling ahead.
He has 1,700. And he's still, look at this, he's just farming under where that tier 2 used to be. No one wants to do anything to him because it's pretty hard to. They don't really have that instant disable, right? They really don't.
KP.
He's going to be in trouble. He's running. Yeah, he's trying, but he's just going to die here. Going to get stuck, won't even get off some spells, and he just gets run down. And now we might see a tier 2 finally getting pushed here. Pugna here, Shadow Fiend here. Trying to get that level 15, get that Presence Aura affects buildings.
That talent's actually, like, crazy.
Yeah. That was one of those talents we talked about, right? Where one person does it after everyone says it's trash, and everyone's like, wait, This is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's mainly also because of the Greaves build too. I think is why it came into such like a competitive light. ASD obviously going for the Eagles build this game, so he doesn't have like the same team fight contribution, but he'll be able to blow people up.
Yep, and
So
well,
he
Witch
might actually
Doctor.
be able to this game.
Witch Doctor should die. Nice. Coconut actually bounces downhill, but Pango will just right-click him. Pugna will make it out, though, so it's successfully tanked gank by Witch Doctor. And Pango has a Blink, so Blink, second item after Javelin. You like it?
They're just going all in on the space creating. Like this is a build that is specific to, I want to fight, I want to cause a ruckus, and I want Ajit with his 8 billion net worth at 15 minutes to just keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Looks like that's what he is going to do. 15 minutes, he's going to get a rune here. Will get attacked by his own illusions, but bottom, rollout will happen. He's just going to swashbuckle away. And that is going to be 4 bounty runes again. Yule's into the air, though. Possible kill. Pilot Eye seems to die a decent amount, holding the rest of the team back. Stun flies, misses, and Thebby dies as well. So they get 4 bounty runes, which I'm sure the cores love, but you lose both your supports.
Yeah, ASD unfortunately had a haste, so even Pilot Eye couldn't stop them long enough from chasing down the +1. I mean, it's still a net worth lead for Mineski, but it does get to a point where putting all of the weight on one hero can kind of be detrimental, especially when there's abilities like RP and Sunder.
Yeah.
Because they're just so good at turning the pace of the fight around just with one key press. And that's the kind of thing that really makes it difficult for one hero to stand out and be like, yep, I'm just carrying this game.
Oh. Moon just trying to hold back the Shadow Fiend bottom. And for the most part, 8 to 8, and 1 kill a minute at 16 minutes. The slowest pace game we've had, but it's a game 3. You definitely don't want to lose this one in Jin-Q. They're just running through the jungle, and they throw down the Pugna ward. There's going to be a roll, it looks like, and they do. They blink forward. They see the Pugna. Will he stun him again? They sure do. They place the wards around him. Even though the Pugna ward's uphill, they don't care. There's going to be the Pugna going down. Here comes Ajit, even with the Midas bots. Will pick up a kill, and wow. They find another one, and it's just a 3 for 0. That's a quick kills.
Yeah, that's the power of the blink too, though, because it gets you in immediately, and plus you get to roll from very far away.
Yeah.
And then you can just blink in to get the guaranteed instant stun. And a lot of games that's very useful because there's quick heroes on the side of like Pugna's pretty fast. You got Skewer away. Shadow Fiend went for the Yules and the blink build, so he's got his own mobility as well. It's nice to be able to just get in, guarantee the stun, and yeah, he does go for the MS this game. I figured with the blink Yules that would be the play.
So where do you want to go on that? He's going BKB. Well, what's like your build after that BKB though? Do you go sheep stick? That seems pretty common, or do you actually need damage in this game? You're fine with just a TB, right? Just doing all the damage.
Yeah, I'm okay with a TB doing all the DPS this game. I think it's manageable. He can get his damage items. The SF gets his Hex for the Morphling, and then you have an actual answer to dealing with the scalability of Ajay, which right now he's maintaining a pretty solid lead over everyone else. He's got Manta, he's got bots, Midas, a Wraith, and a full wand at 17 minutes. That is insanely far.
10 point, almost 11k now. Oh, he's gonna go, but KP, he's gonna get the stun, and I believe ASD might have just suicided. He sure did. They get Innocence as well. And well, this Shadow Fiend, he thought he was gonna do some swaggy stuff on Ajit, but KP, right place, right time, and now bottom. Magnus in trouble, stun will fly. Are they gonna go for this kill? They sure will. Thebby gets it, Pilot Eye will die. Thebby gonna die as well, it looks like. Jin-Q sucking him, and Neverend will not get the kill. Actually, he does. Wow. Gets the double, and well, 2 for 2 trade, but losing that Shadow Fiend, probably the biggest loss out of all that.
Yeah, for sure. The Shadow Fiend, he got his blink fresh purchase. He was like, hey, I see an opportunity to maybe go for this kill, but he didn't see the Slardar. And, KP's positioning was on point. He was standing so close but out of vision that there was no way that Blink Heals Requiem play was ever going to work. So just nice positioning, nice bait.
Do you like so Midas Morph, Midas Slardar, you like those versus a TB?
I think it's good because you're controlling the game.
Yeah.
So it's my opinion that if you have Midases and you're controlling the game, you are in like a commanding lead, even if you're not necessarily like hitting tier 3s or anything crazy like that. Plus you have Slardar and Shadow Shaman, so you get to take objectives basically whenever you want. And it's like the old Midas mantra. If it doesn't interrupt the game, Midas is fine. Like if there's no other item that you absolutely need at that given point in time, then the Midas is acceptable because you're not, you're not hurting your team fight. You're not making it so that the enemy team can end the game. I mean, they got a freaking tier 1 in the offlane. Feels like the Radiant offlane tier 1 is the least killed tower in this entire series.
Yeah, it feels... And it doesn't feel like they can kill it, right? They have a Pugna TB, but the lane's always pushed in, and you can't really, like, break into that jungle. And on the other side of things, though, you see Dire playing pretty aggressively in the bot lane, but Moon will come and stop that. And he has boots of travel now as well, so the mobility grows on Mineski. Even Pilot Eye has mana boots.
This is a situation where I don't mind Midas's at all.
Uh-oh, we might have a fight coming. There's going to be a rune. Whoa, he actually blinks barely far enough away. Will go after KP, and you're not going to get him. And Pilot Eye will just steal the bounty runes, but bottom, they get both and a DD on this TB, so he'll farm even quicker. He will be close to level 15, and is there a certain... I mean, he's got his BKB. When he gets his Manta, do you think about just taking a fight with this TB? Feels like...
I mean, they want to take a fight now. Just with the BKB is fine.
Meta coming up in 10 seconds. Probably perfect timing. We'll see. Will they find anyone? Currently, it's only Moon bottom, which would be a good kill, obviously. And they're looking. He has Blink. He's just going to TP on out. And he actually TPs to the tier 2. And they know he's there now, but he blinks away again. And this should just be a tier 2 kill. Looks like bottom lane, if Dire can push it in.
Yeah, it's really hard to justify defending, especially when you see the heroes poking around. There's 5 of them. You're still kind of waiting for, Ajit maybe to... Is he just going straight butterfly? He's got 2,700 gold again. He did have Mask of Madness queued, because that's usually like the butterfly satanic combo. You'll just buy the Mask of Madness, disassemble it later, and then finish both items.
Nah, he's got an ulti orb now.
Oh, okay. He audible to the
Scotty. Yeah. I was looking. I'm like, he's at the secret shop doing something. Okay, Moon. He's defending bottom tower by himself. Does have to be careful though. And he goes back to hiding and should go down. Pugna's right click. Won't get it. Actually ends. Illusion does, so even more gold there. Not too shabby. But tier 2 middle getting pushed in now by this Morphling who... He does a decent chunk of damage and does it pretty damn quick. Oh my goodness, this tower gonna melt under Edict and Morphling.
Yeah, this is really, really scary. They might even be able to get a tier 3 if they play their cards right.
Is Mineski, how much stronger is Mineski right now? Are they a decent amount, or is it actually still pretty even?
It's kind of even as long as the mag gets like an RP on 1 or 2 heroes that actually matter, At this point, it's a little bit rough because there is an Aegis. So normally you'd want to like RP the Morph, try to blow him up or whatever, because there's no real save on the side of Mineski. So if you catch him out before he gets his Strength Morph off and you kill him, it's fine. But for now, he's going to have that respawn. And they need to wait that out at the very least.
Bottom lane. He is going to get the ulti this time, but Moon should be able to just roll on out. Gets the help of the shield crash. Ajay gets killed middle. And he's rolling back through. They're actually going to look. Shadow Fiend's the one in trouble now, and uh-oh. That's ASD again. I hate to be that guy, but I mean the Timber saw game as well. Feels like ASD definitely has some positional issues.
Yeah, I don't even think it's just that this game though. I kind of disagree with this item build.
Oh.
Because so I think that Blink Fuel Shadow Fiend has its place.
Yes.
And from the respect of you have a core that's going to be doing all of your damage for you. That's a game where you would normally say, okay, yeah, let me just get Yule's Blink. But the issue is that there's a Slardar and a Morphling in the game. Yeah. So the reason why that's annoying for you is because you're going to pop your BKB, and all you're going to want to do is hit Requiem, and that's it. Yeah. But if you get amped and the Morphling's just autoing you, you're dead. Like, you don't have any armor left. You have no armor items. You're getting chunked. Ajit's going to have a full Scotty here in a second, and your Requiem combo might not even kill. So...
Top lane, they're looking for him. And they actually find him. Oh my gosh, he gets bashed up, but he gets Dagoned. And alright, neither team wants to take a fight. They're pretty smart from Mineski, because there's a lot of heroes. There's 5 heroes TP'd in here now. They know they got to take a fight. They have this TB, so the late game, you never know can having a TB can just win a fight and shred your base, but the pressure's on. You've been kind of bleeding out a couple kills every minute. do they want it? I mean, when do you take a fight with this TB, or do you just continue to let him farm? Because it feels like they missed that first smoke they were trying to do.
Yeah, it was a really chaotic fight. Okay, Moon's just going in.
He is. He will just roll away. Is there going to be more on the backside? It's just Pilot Eye. And the coconut bounces. He will go down. Meanwhile, Moon TPs. And he's gone. Ajit has a full eye of Scotty. I don't know if you know, is the Morphling TB bug still existent? Where you pop meta and switch back to Morphling form at the same time? And you get the meta ranged in Morph form?
I'm not sure if they fixed it. I don't know if they fixed it or not. I know it did used to be a thing, but...
It feels like if he's changing into him, it might still be, because I haven't seen him use meta yet, so you're probably saving it for that, occasion.
Yeah.
And it's very, I would say it's actually pretty broken. If you've seen it before, it is insane watching a Morphling do 600 damage from 1,000 range away.
Yeah, it's completely insane.
So we'll see if that's the case. We'll try to keep you out, but no fights being taken right now. Mineski just dominating the map, 9K lead. And we've seen them here before. Game 1, they stomped. Game 2, they had an okay lead early, but it just feels like they're controlling the map very well against this TV. Not letting him farm anywhere.
This game is a bit different because their core player doesn't have the same susceptibility of being just blown up.
Yeah.
So, Ajit can play pretty balls out this game, I would say, and it's not going to hurt him too much. He's even playing it extra safe and going back for BKB, even though I feel like he could just finish Satanic in it. But I might, we talked about it a little bit before, but that Shadow Fiend is just... This is such a hard game for him now. Because every single fight's going to be the same. He's going to maybe get his Requiem off, and then he's going to die.
Yeah, does not feel fun for the Shadow Fiend, for sure.
I've played Shadow Fiend in this position, and, had these items against heroes like Slardar and Morphling, and it does not feel good. It's just, I would much prefer to have seen him just get Greaves, honestly.
And that's seems to be the pretty standard build. I mean, that's why, the CIS teams have been picking him, you just get Greaves, get the Presence Orphex buildings, just run at buildings. Here it feels like we're just old school Shadow Fiend, and never felt like it really worked before either.
I mean, like I said, there's a place for it.
Yeah. Maybe the place isn't this patch, but who knows? KP, we haven't heard much from him. He had that Midas, obviously. He has a BKB blink now. And, well, he's pretty much just guaranteed to just bash someone to death, it feels like.
Yeah.
Looking for someone to use Midas. Feels bad, no creeps. Use it on the small one. He's just like, I just need to use it, please.
That's fair.
Having
your Midas just being up is the worst feeling.
It has, especially when you die too or something. But middle lane, they might initiate on Moon, but he blinks to his team, connects on up, and they're very well could just be a giant 5-on-5 fight. But it looks like Dire, they're playing it pretty safe here. Tons of illusions, cutting creeps. That's how you want to do it. Bottom ASD gets his level 20, and he TP'd in. He takes a lot of damage just from one bash and one stun. They will get out. Now the tower will be under a little bit of pressure, actually, top, and lose a 600 HP. And if you're EHOME, you just group up like they're doing?
Yeah, this is probably the stage in the game where you want to start thinking about taking engagement. You got the Empower, you got the Scotty, the BKB, the Manta, the drums. En's got enough items. He is at the point now where he can do some stuff.
Yeah. We'll see. Level 18 has the level 3 Sunder. Still scary, because you have that TV. You're okay, Let's get me to level 25. Let's see what we can do. Oh, they drum in, but they don't look for Moon. He has a haste rune bottled up, actually, so he's going to haste on through, and he's just going to cut the creep wave. Some TP's back, possibly thinking about going middle. Innocence is here with the casket. Oh, there it is. They're going to find two of them. There's going to be the TV. He pops, and the rest of Radiant just gets the hell out. But that's Ajit and KP. What kills?
That's what I was saying, man. Just need an RP on the Morph before he gets his shift off, and he's just going to die. That's the whole thing. And that's also why I kind of figured he might go Satanic instead. Because, the status resistant to the RP. Because that's really the only way you die, right? You get Yule's Requiem, it's eh.
Is this just going to be a tier 2, or is there a possibility of a tier 3?
Well, they just glyphed, and then Morphling's dead for 45 seconds, so it depends on how ballsy they want to be about this. Because obviously we know there's no buyback.
Yeah.
But do they know there's no buyback?
It looks like they're just thinking about Roshan or top lane, because once again, Pilot Eye just being annoying. And look at this, actually doing a ton of damage. Makes the TP out
Cancel?
too. And they're gonna go.
Oh no, sorry, he just insta-blinked. I was not paying attention. I was like, wait, did Shadow Fiend just cancel his TP? I was just brain lagged there for a second.
And oh, Roche comes up right as Morphling's gonna start spawning though. Dyer probably would have liked it 30 seconds earlier. And now it's only a 6k lead for Mineski, but Moon scouts out the Roche's up, and obviously with that Corrosive Haze, that's a pretty damn quick Roche with Morphling. KP looking for Midas again, but he's struggling finding creeps for Midas. His whole team, his whole jungle's been farmed, and they just go right in.
Yeah, this is a nice timing. You know, RP's down. You had your one really big key kill. It actually kind of sucked for EHOME at that timing because Roche wasn't up yet until after, right? After they took the tier 2.
Yeah.
So they could have potentially gone for it themselves, but now there's going to be a Aegis on the Morphling, which means the RP thing is not going to work. And now you got to buy 6 minutes.
Yep, he has a cheese as well, so he's just got a ton of stuff. Ajit, level 20 as well, goes for the waveform attacks targets. Unless you have something real crazy, you're more than likely taking that.
Yeah, I'm really a big fan of it, just because it also like makes it so much more comfy to clear creep waves. You just waveform over, and if you have enough damage, they just insta-die, which is always a really cool feeling.
Yeah. And they're just pushing right in middle now, but Pangolier is top, so they don't have 5 heroes here, but they're pushing in both waves, and I think they know they need to do something like this, you know, split up the heroes, and here we go. Fake TB, he's gonna go for it. Did he get it off? Yeah, he sure did. He is doing a lot of damage. Will he be able to just get in there? They silence him up. Oh my god, and there's the Morphling. Yep, the bug still exists, Rascal. And this boy is doing some work. Oh, there's gonna be, he gets it on the backside. Here we go, ulti flies. That's gonna be at least 1 kill. Moon's dead. They get KP as well. They're gonna try to run away, and this Morphling, he is in a lot of trouble. But he will just back out. He pops his BKB as well. Is he thinking about going back in? That Pugna ward will go down. Throws it out. Will they get a stun? Buyback comes from the Magnus. They're getting nervous. They will just get the Witch Doctor. No, he gets out with the heal. Snakes go on the ground, but they're just going to get cleaned up. And a successful defense from EHOME. 5k lead still, but they're slowly bringing it back down.
Yeah, they didn't lose the Aegis, which is still kind of big. So they have another, what is it, like 4.5 minutes or so? No, sorry, 3.5 minutes. And they can continue to do some stuff. And again, the RP was really nice because it had 2 heroes. It hit the Slardar, and I think it also hit was it the Pango?
Yeah, it hit the Pango. He got both. So
yeah.
he's gotten 2 cores every RP now.
Yeah, that's really what you want. Like, if you're not going to be able to kill the Morphling, the next best thing is just eliminating the other like highly farmed heroes. And he gets 2 at the same time. Like this mag is definitely getting my MVP vote for this game because he's been getting the right RPs. They get the one out of the Sentry when the Morphling was invis. They kill him once. They open up the tier 2. They get another RP that kind of delays the game a little bit more. But you can see Mineski know, right?
Yeah.
They know that the RP is basically the only way they're going to be able to take fights. So they're just walking straight back top.
All right, this TB's build, you like it? The glass cannon here, we got, not even glass cannon, but he has the Daedalus now. He's got Empower. He does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think it's needed.
Oh, they're going to blink forward, though. He could take a lot of damage. They know they're probably not getting this kill. They're just trying to bait out a BKB. They won't. He'll just Manton out. And, well, Range Drax goes down. They're pinging melee. And it looks like they're with you. They still got this Aegis, but this Dagon spam from Jin Q feels so bad. He can blink forward. They're going to look for him. He will just skewer away. Doesn't get the guaranteed bash. They're going to look. They find the TB. He doesn't get his BKB off. He's getting healed by Jin Q, though. Will they find him? They do. That is no buyback. Oh my goodness. They will be able to kill Febby, who is a lot of their tower damage and building damage. And now they're going to look, can they get ASD? They do. No buybacks on either of them. Leshrek even buys back, and uh-oh, this base could be in a little bit of trouble.
I mean, they still haven't even popped the Aegis off of Ajit. Like, he's feeling pretty good right now. Just sitting there hitting the racks. Even going to convert to 1 HP, because why not?
Why not? And there we go. They go in. Do they get the silences? Jin Q not silenced. He gets Guardian Grief. They do bring down the Aegis. Pango is going in, and uh-oh, there's going to be a kill on Jin Q. They get the Atos. Febby's here, and I don't know if the game ends here, but your base is dying, and look at this Morphling. Maybe it does? We saw EHOME do the same thing in Game 2. Just go after the base.
Yeah, I feel like it's just over. It's still 50
no
seconds left in the SF.
Oh, and look at this KP making space. Atos there. This will be a kill, and I believe you're right, Draskell. Mineski, they do it, and wow. I have a feeling they probably think this should have been a 2-0, but they end up winning 2-1 either way. We even see Diving the Fountain gets the kill. And wow, Mineski ends up pulling it off 2-1, and they look like the real deal. I know people had their thoughts, but they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I really like the drafting. Mineski, like, they seem like the better team in the series. Obviously, it goes 2-1. EHOME, they kind of got gifted a win, I feel, in the second game.
Yeah.
But, still credit to them. They managed to drag out the first game to, what was it, like 42K deficit
Yeah.
and didn't lose the game yet. It was some crazy lead that they were playing against. And just overall, I feel like Mineski had a lot like more cleaner game plans than EHOME. And also, we talked a little bit about ASD, but like his timber and his SF games just did not feel very good to watch. Like he was either constantly getting picked off, or in this game in particular, I feel like his item build wasn't really that good for the game. There was a lot of things I feel that they can definitely improve on.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. They didn't look completely lost, which is good. So moving forward, we'll see. But that's the end of day one. So day two, we can go over really quick. It's going to be VP versus Mineski, the very first series. That should be a good one. Then Forward versus EHOME. And then the last series is obviously the loser of winners. So VP or Mineski versus the winner of loser. That's a lot of confusion. There's 3 BO3s tomorrow, GSL style, with VP Mineski and Forward EHOME. Any initial thoughts on that? Do you think VP will have an easy time, or what are you thinking?
I'm really excited for the VP Mineski game because I think, like, after watching Mineski play these games, I feel like they were a little bit of a cut above eHome for obvious reasons. Like, obviously, they're playing with like stand-ins and stuff, but this is a team that I think has a lot of potential, and I like their drafting style. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup. I'm definitely looking forward to that series.
Yep. And then the Forward versus eHome. Forward took a game off VP, first game of the day. And eHome, as we said, they look decent. Do you think that's going to be pretty even, or are you favoring maybe Forward?
I think I'm probably favoring Forward, but not by a huge amount. And again, it just depends on the drafts. Like I feel like eHome shot themselves in the foot this series because their first draft was just it was not good.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to like see ways where it's supposed to function, and it just they got bopped, and that really set the tone for the series. I feel like if they had come out of the gate maybe a little bit stronger, we could have been seeing a 2-1 the other way. But that's how it happens sometimes.
Yep, it is. And with that said, this is the end of day one here on the Group C stream. If you didn't know, there is 4 streams going for this. We're the last one up, but you got Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. So tomorrow, look for your favorite teams, see which stream it's on, and make sure to watch starting here, I believe at the same time, 5:30 a.m. PST, California time, will be the start of VP versus Mineski. So